Right guys, welcome back to another CrosseMaths lesson, okay? We're going to be doing angles in a triangle. What I'd like you to do, can you pause the video now and can you please have a go at the challenge grid in front of you? It's worth 18 points altogether. Take your time, pause the video, take as long as you need, and then when you're done we'll go through it. Right guys, hopefully you're all finished now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one individually. Very straightforward to start us off, bit of dividing, okay? It's important you get all of your dividing absolutely nailed, okay? The times in dividing, add, subtract, you need to be able to do those things. Okay, 1956 divided by 6. 6 doesn't go into 1, so put 0 up top, carry the 1 over. 6 goes into 19 3 times, remainder 1. 6 goes into 5 twice, remainder 3. And 6 goes into 6 times. So my answer is 326. Okay, if you find at any point I'm going a bit too slow, okay, just pause. You can happily skip to the answers, that's absolutely fine. Okay, I just want to make sure everyone understands. I've got 956, add 384, 6 plus 4 is 10, 5 plus 8 plus 1 is 14, 9 plus 3 plus 1 is 13. So my answer is 1340. 49 times 92, again a bit of multiplying, find a way that works for you, okay? You can use grid methods, you can use column, it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is the one I like and I'll stick by it, okay, because it's so easy. Okay, so I've got 49 times 92, 4 times 9 is 36, 9 times 9 is 81, 4 times 2 is 8, and 9 times 2 is 18. First slide I've got 8, next slide I've got 8, 1 and 1, which is 10, and then I've got 6, and 8, a 0 and a 1, which is 15, and a 3 and a 1, which is 4. 4, 5, 0, 8. Once solving equations are very, very straightforward. I'm going to try and get x on its own. So I'm going to take away 3 from both sides first. 3x moves down. Plus 3 minus 3 makes nothing. 15 take away 3 is 12. And then I'm going to divide by 3 to get x on its own. With solving equations, you're doing the opposite of whatever you've got in front of you. So because we had a plus 3, I took away 3. Because I got 3 times, I'm doing divide by 3. I'm left with 1x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 587 take away 276. 7 take away 6 is 1. 8 take away 7 is 1, 5 take away 2 is 3. Okay, with this one, okay, you've got to expand the bracket on the left, but the 3x, you don't touch that yet, that just moves down to the next line. Okay, I've got 8x times x, which is 8x squared, and I've got 8x times 2, which is 16x. Okay, the middle bits, these bits by here go together, 8x squared moves down to the next line, 16x plus 13x plus 3x, sorry, is 19x. And that's it. You can't put that any smaller because x squared and x are different. 20% of 340, okay, really easy. Find 10% first. 10% is 34. And then you want to double that to find 20%. 20% is 68. Really straightforward. So 10% first divided by 10, and then you double it to find 20%. 77 pounder ratio set 6 to 5. Okay, I've got to add my shares at first. I've got 6 plus 5. Altogether, I've got 11 shares. Now I've got to split this amount of money, this £77, I've got to split it 11 ways. 77 divided by 11 means each share is £7. Each share is £7. One person gets 6 shares, one person gets 5 shares. 6 lots of 7 is 42. And 5 lots of 7 is 35. And that's it. Right, very last one. Okay, 3 over 5 plus 1 over 6. Got to make the bottom numbers the same. In order to do that, I'm going to multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 on the bottom of both. From there, I'm going to cross multiply. 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. It's still an add question. 18 plus 5. I'll make sure the bottom, whatever's on the bottom in the question, it's got to be on the bottom in the answer. 18 plus 5 is 23. Okay, once you're there, that you should have an answer that looks something like this, okay? What I'd like you to do, 23 over 30 can't be simplified, so that's your final answer. Mark whatever you've done, okay? It's out of 18. If you've got anywhere between 12 and 15, that's really, really good. Really brilliant, okay? Anywhere over 15 is amazing. You probably need to try a harder session. Right then, so these are the important points. You need to pause the video in a second, write all these down. Important points: angles in a triangle add up to 180, 180 degrees. That's the most important thing we'll do today. So you've got to have that down. And then I would write down the 3 different types of triangles. An equilateral triangle has 3 angles that are 60 degrees each. Isosceles triangle has 2 corners that are the same, but the other one's different. And a right angle triangle contains one angle. There's a right angle that also is 90 degrees. I would get everything in that pink box down, pause the video and do that now. Right then, so we should have that down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll move on to some actual questions. Okay, teacher example. So, angles in a triangle. And this is the rule we're going to be using all day. Equal 180 degrees. Okay, now I know I've got a 90 and a 40, so what I can do first is I can add those up. 90 plus 40 gives me 130. So altogether, the angles that I know add up to 130. If I want to find out what x is, x equals 180, because angles in a triangle have 180 degrees, take away the angles that I know, leaves me with an x value of 50. Okay, really straightforward. So the way to work out the missing angle in a triangle, take away the two that you know from 180 degrees, and you'll find the one that's missing. Pause the video now, get the example copy down on the left, and have a go at the one on the right. Right then, so should be all done with that now. The one on the right hand side, 20 is easy. We can see that's 20, that's fine. Okay, the one that we're missing is a 90 degree angle by here. This is 90. Okay, and this is the one we want to find. So if we want to find that missing angle, okay, I'm going to call that, for the sake of argument, I'm going to call that angle Y. I want to find out angle Y. I've got to do 20 plus 90 to find out what my angles add up to. Gives me 110. And then to find out angle Y, I do 180, take away 110, leaves me with 70 degrees for angle Y. Okay, so you take away everything that you've got from 180 degrees. Mark whatever you've done so far. Hopefully you got that right, fingers crossed. What I'd like you to do is have a go at some of those questions by there. Pause the video now and have a go at some of those. Right then, so hopefully you got those right. Okay, the answers are in front of you. Mark whatever you've done so far. Then what I thought we'd do, okay, what we should do is we're gonna have a go at 2 foundation and intermediate GCSE questions. So these are both on foundation and intermediate papers. I'd like you to pause the video now and have a go at the one in front of you. Right then, so hopefully you paused it and hopefully you're all done. Okay, if you have finished, that's great. If you haven't finished and you want to watch me do it, that's fine too, okay, because these are GCSE questions and they are difficult. So what I've got is an isosceles triangle. So the important point with this, the thing that we know, is that bottom right hand corner is 23 degrees. That means the bottom left hand corner is also 23 degrees as well. Because isosceles triangle, the angles in both corners are exactly the same. So I can add up the ones that I know. 23 plus 23 is 46. So altogether, the ones that I can see, I got 46 degrees. If I want to find out angle x, I've got to do 180, take away 46 degrees. 180 take away 46 gives me 134 for x. Okay, mark whatever you've done. If you got that right, that's amazing. You really, really understand this. Right, guys, so we'll do one more. This one is a bit more difficult, and you'll see why in a second, okay? Pause the video now, have a go at this one, and then I'm going to go through it. So, hopefully you're all done. Now, I've got 60 and 50, and there's one there that I don't know. I need to work out that black angle first. I can't work out angle x just yet, so I need to work out the black one first. If I want to work out the black one, I do 60 plus 50, gives me 110. And then the one that I'm trying to find in that corner is 180, take away 110, gives me 70 degrees. That's 70 because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. You take it away to get 70. Okay, cool. Now, I know that's 70 degrees. Now, this is a rule you may not know, but once you get to GCSE, you've got to use all the angle rules at once. Okay, the way to find x, angles on a straight line, also equal 180 degrees. So the ones that I've highlighted in red, I'm going to change that. So the ones that I've highlighted in red here, they add to 180 degrees. Okay, so 180, take away the 70 that I know, because that's 70. 180, take away 70, gives me angle x. Angle x is 110 degrees. Really straightforward.